This game's called Gladiators of the Colosseum, and credit and thanks goes to Derek Hafer for this idea. I've modified one of his games and created this one for the Wonders of the World game series. So this is for grades 4 to 8. You'll need pool noodles, you'll need rackets, and bean bags. So to start, you're going to build a little fighting arena, a little dueling arena here for two players who are going to duel it out in a small box using some lines or some cones, and the remainder of the players are going to be watching, cheering on, and they'll get their turn right away. So something like this would be for if you have up to 10 players, a little small area. If you have more than that, maybe 10 to 15 players, you might want two of these things going on at the same time. And if you have more players, so you probably do, 16 to 30, you might even want four of these, three or four of these going on all at the same time. So that's sort of the basic setup. And each group, what's going to happen is the duelers, they get a pool noodle in one hand, and that's going to be sort of their sword. And then they're going to have in the other hand a racket, so a tennis racket or a badminton racket. And on that badminton racket or tennis racket, they're going to have a bean bag. They have to balance a beanbag onto their racket. And for ease here, I'm going to look at just one group close up so we can see we've got our two fighters in the arena. And on the go signal, they're going to be dueling it out by trying to knock off the other player's beanbag from their racket. And if they can do that, they win the point and that round. So on the go signal, they're going to be moving around and dueling it out, trying to knock it off and trying to keep theirs balanced on while the others are cheering. And we see that one player, their beanbag fell off the racket, and maybe it'll last about 30 seconds per round. That player earns a point, and it's a winner stays, so the winner gets to stay on, the loser exits, and the new player jumps on in, picks up the stuff, and then they're going to reset. So that's basically how the idea works. Those two then will continue fighting or start their fight, move around. If a player just moves and they've lost their balance and their beanbag falls off, that player is lost. So again, this player gets another point. They're now at two, and the game would so that player would leave and a new player would enter, and it goes on and on. At the very end, if you have a whole bunch of these going on in different quadrants, have a big challenge, have a finals, make a little tournament, so the winners play in a big, a playoff or something like that. Totally up to you. Again, thanks Derek for this idea, and if you've enjoyed this game, please subscribe for more games and visit physedgames.com.